Hello again.
Hello, let's talk about Malbec.
Fun.
So this is turning into the Bordeaux Cultivar Radio Hour.
Yes, it is.
Because we've got another one here for 2021 members. The Premier members are getting 2 bottles of Malbec.
Excellent.
In their box. So let's talk about Malbec and kind of its meteoric rise in the mind of wine consumers in the United States.
Cool. Well, to start, Malbec has not been the popular go-to cultivar here on Red Mountain, has it? It's only...
Not until recently.
Not until recently. It's only been in the 2000s that we planted Malbec for the first time with our holdings here on Red Mountain at our Heart of the Hill Vineyard.
Yeah, that was in 2006.
2006. Cool.
So let's back up. Let's put a pin in that real fast, and let's talk about Malbec kind of in the grander scheme of things. So Malbec, if you've watched the other videos, you'll know Malbec is one of the Bordeaux reds.
Yes.
But like Petit Verdot, it's almost entirely considered a blender, unless you're in Cahors or a few other spots.
Yeah, exactly.
So we can thank the South Americans for the Malbec renaissance. The Argentinians and the Chileans planted Malbec, were able to make high amounts of high quality wine that they could export for not very much money.
Right.
Before they did it and before they put Malbec on the label and really put their weight behind the cultivar, Malbec varietal wine was not really a thing, at least in this country.
Right.
And so now we've taken it up here in Washington, certainly, and in the last 10 years or so, we have enough data to support the idea that consumers love Malbec.
It's pretty tasty.
Of the Bordeaux cultivars, it tends to have a very fruit-forward, approachable structure.
Right.
The wines are easy to drink. They have what I would call a high yum factor. So some wines, you need to think about them a little bit, be a little more contemplative. And Malbec has this juicy, appealing, high acid. It's very aesthetically pleasing. It has nice
it's a
color.
really dark wine.
Right. So you can pour this wine for a wine consumer, and it just like they kind of sink into the glass because it's like, oh yeah.
And it's just that much more different from the other Bordeaux cultivars, I think, than the other ones are amongst themselves. Just the color is really intense. Mm-hmm. It's a medium-bodied and a medium tannin grape compared to the Bordeaux cultivars, so it's great as a blender. But because it has, just this intense color, and for whatever reason, you often find Malbecs that are really driven kind of in the blue aroma and blue fruit spectrum, whereas the other Bordeaux cultivars tend to have a little bit more red and herbaceousness going on. So I think maybe just because it's a little bit different and like JJ said, it has the high yum factor. I think it has a lot of appeal in a lot of up and coming viticulture areas in the New World.
Sure. Yeah. And we've doubled down on this cultivar. So we had about 3 acres of it planted at Heart of the Hill. And a large majority of it was going to our grape customers. Charlie Hoppus at Fidelitas has really enjoyed the Malbec he's gotten from Heart of the Hill, and they're actually launching...
Yeah, and that's a fantastic wine,
and
too,
they've got a couple vineyard-designated Heart of the Hill wines, one of which is a Malbec.
Cool.
And what we were seeing here in our own winery was that we needed more.
Yeah, I couldn't make it fast enough.
Right, so we went from just under 3 acres to now about 13.
Right, between 2 different sites.
Right, so that's a big percentage increase. And now Malbec is one of our most planted red cultivars, right behind Merlot and Lemberger. So I think it's our 4th most planted cultivar.
Fun. And this wine also has some Cabernet blended into it.
There's a theme.
Yes, there's the theme. But like we have talked about before, we really do spend a lot of time blending our wines and really deliberately making our finished product. And this wine is so good on its own, but just a little touch of Cabernet can really bring it together. And my gosh, I love this wine, and it's tasting great right now. So.
Yeah, we're excited for you guys to try it. It's awesome. Another 2017.
That's right.
So all of those Bordeaux varietal wines that are in this release, with the exception of the Cabernet Sauvignon, are all 17. So that's an interesting comparison.
Get a good snapshot.
Yep. So you can see the Franc, the Petit Verdot, and the Malbec, all with the same vintage, and more or less a pretty similar blending philosophy across those wines as well.
Fun.
So I hope you enjoy.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you.